Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about a single amount of money, let's just say $5,000, and how that exact same amount can lead to two totally different financial futures. One where it just, sits there, and another where it actually transforms into a system that works for you.
So let's make this real for you. I want you to really think about this question. Imagine you have $5,000 right now. Do you want it to just be $5,000 in 10 years? Or would you rather have it become an engine, something that's actively making you more money, even while you sleep? It's the same money, same starting line. The path you choose makes all the difference.
And believe me, those two paths look wildly different. On one side, your money is basically in storage. It's passive, it's stagnant, and honestly, with inflation, it's losing a tiny bit of its power every single day. But on the other side, your money is an active worker. It's out there growing, and then that growth starts to grow. It's not about how much you start with, it's about the method you pick.
So, to get you on that second path, here's our game plan. We're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the two paths your money can take. Then, we'll talk about building a rock-solid financial fortress. After that, we put your money to work. We'll even explore a faster path to building wealth before we get to the most important part, the mindset that actually wins the game.
All right, let's kick things off with a bit of an uncomfortable truth, one that a lot of us get wrong. From day one, we're told to save, save, save. But what if saving isn't actually how you build wealth?
Let's be super clear about this. Saving and investing are not the same thing. They're two different tools for two different jobs. Saving is your defense. It's your financial shield for when things go wrong. Investing, that's your offense. Its whole reason for being is to grow what you have. You absolutely need both, but you have to know when to use each one.
And this chart just says it all, doesn't it? If your money is just sitting in a typical savings account, you might be getting, say, 4% interest. Great. But then you look at that next bar, inflation is also around 4%. You know what that means? Your money isn't growing at all. It's just treading water. Financially, you are literally standing still. But then, look at that third bar. That gap, the difference between what the bank gives you and what the market can potentially offer, that's where real wealth is built.
So before we can even think about chasing that growth, we have to build our defense. We have to create a financial fortress so that one flat tire or unexpected bill doesn't send everything tumbling down. It is always protection before growth.
And that fortress has two layers, two walls of defense. Step one is the first wall, a quick, easy-to-access buffer of about $1,000 to $2,000. This is for the small stuff. Once that's in place, you build the second, bigger wall, a full-blown emergency fund. This should cover 3 to 6 months of your absolute essential living costs. This is your safety net. This is what gives you the peace of mind to invest without panicking.
But there is one enemy that can tear down even the strongest fortress, and that is high-interest debt. Seriously, if you're trying to invest while you're carrying a bunch of credit card debt, you're not moving forward. You're trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. It just doesn't work. And here's the best way to think about it. Paying off debt is an investment. If your credit card charges you 25% interest, then paying that card off is like getting a guaranteed, risk-free 25% return on your money. Tell me, where else can you find that? No stock, no crypto, no real estate deal on earth can promise you that. It is the single best, safest investment you can possibly make.
Okay, so once that fortress is secure and the debt is gone, now we get to the fun part. This is where your money stops being a thing you just have and it starts becoming an active worker for you. And it's all thanks to this magical thing called compounding. Just take a look at this. You invest that initial $5,000 and you just let it be. At a pretty modest 5% real return, that's after inflation, it more than doubles over 20 years. It turns into about $13,000. That's awesome. You literally did nothing but let time and the market do their thing.
But what if we tweak the formula just a little bit? What happens if, on top of that first $5,000, you just add $100 a month? It doesn't sound like a lot, right? But this is where the real magic happens.
And there it is, over $50,000. I mean, look at that jump. It's not $13,000, it's $50,000. That one small, consistent habit of adding $100 a month completely rewrites the future. That is the insane power of combining consistency with compounding.
And the best part is, getting started isn't rocket science. You open a brokerage account, you automate your investments, the money just goes in every month without you even thinking about it, and then you just keep it simple. You don't have to be a stock-picking wizard. Just start with broad market ETFs. And never, ever forget,
Being consistent will always be trying to perfectly time the market.
Now, the stock market is an incredible tool for building wealth over the long haul. It's a slow, steady climb. But what if you want to speed things up a bit? Well, let's talk about a faster path, one that goes beyond just passive investing. That same $5,000 could be the seed money for your own business. Instead of just putting it in the market, you could buy some equipment and rent it out. You could launch a freelance service, video editing, graphic design, whatever your skill is. Or you could buy products and flip them online for a profit. This is about using your money to create active income.
And this leads to a huge mental shift. From now on, for everything you buy, you should ask yourself this one simple question. Is this thing going to put money back into my pocket, or is it just going to take money out? That's it. That is the fundamental difference between an asset and a liability.
And that brings us to what is, hands down, the most important part of this whole thing. The strategies, the tactics, they're great, but none of it works with the right mindset. This is about the real game you have to be playing, the one inside your own head. Just look at this. Person A makes less money than person B, but they are disciplined, they invest consistently month in and month out. Person B makes more, but they're all over the place. Who wins in the long run? It's person A, every single time. Your habits are so much more powerful than the size of your paycheck.
Ultimately, true wealth building starts the moment your identity shifts. You stop seeing money as something you just spend, and you start seeing it as a tool, a resource that you need to allocate. You literally go from being a consumer to being an investor. And that simple shift in perspective, asking, where should I allocate this? Well, it changes absolutely everything. But listen, even with the perfect plan, there are traps. You have to watch out for scams. If it sounds way too good to be true, it is. You have to protect your health, because one big medical bill can wipe out years of hard work. And maybe most importantly, you have to get your emotions in check. Panic selling when the market dips is one of the fastest ways to destroy your own wealth.
So let's put it all together in one simple, powerful formula. Number 1, protect yourself with that emergency fund. Number 2, eliminate the high-interest debt that's holding you back. Number 3, invest consistently so compounding can do its thing. Number 4, build your income so you have more to work with. And the final, most important step? You just repeat that cycle over and over and over again. That is how you build real, lasting wealth.
In the end, this isn't about waiting until you get a big raise or win the lottery. Real wealth starts the moment your money stops just sitting there and starts working. So the only question you really need to answer is this: is your money working for you?